Everybody, it's Ignacio from 598 Los Angeles, and in this video, I want to go over how can you target a very niche industry when you don't exactly know what direction to go. So a lot of times, the clients that I come in contact with ask me, I have a very specific product that only targets a select demographic that might not necessarily be interested in other products that aren't at the same quality or at the same level. And it can be difficult, obviously, to target products that maybe would be a luxury furniture, something that isn't necessarily for everybody. Not everybody can afford a $3, $4, $5,000 couch, or maybe even higher. So the select group of people that do target has to be very specific because they would be wasting their time and money going after individuals who can't afford it or simply wouldn't be interested in making that financial commitment. So to those individuals, I usually tell them that there are specific ways you can go about it to target those individuals particularly. So here we're going to start a new sample campaign. Go into conversions and we're going to click continue. And here everything can be left the same, nothing needs to be altered, but where you want to get into the granularity of the audience is when you go into the ad set level. So we'll scroll down and we'll go specifically into the detailed targeting. So when you're trying to go after individuals who are interested in luxury products, you might not necessarily be able to go after quote unquote rich people as an interest group, but rather what you might be interested in going after is customers who are interested in other things that are high value. So if you are selling luxury jewelry, maybe you're going after Burberry or Balmain, or maybe you go after Gucci. They're not necessarily in the same wheelhouse as what you are doing, but it does still fall in line with a luxury expense that not your day-to-day customer or your common customer might want to purchase. So for our example, if we're going after a luxury furniture house, maybe we'll go after something that an individual who is in that demographic would be interested in. So maybe you go after something like luxury cars. And we search. We see if we get any sort of results. So luxury vehicle, that gives us some type of result. And maybe you go into personal luxury vehicle. This maybe gives us something that's a little bit more specific rather than simply a car aficionado who maybe can't afford it, but simply likes to visualize it and look at them. So we'll go for personal luxury car. Then maybe we go into something more specific. Another particular thing that they might be interested in might be a Rolex. Not necessarily in the same wheelhouse as a personal luxury car, but it is a status symbol and something that aligns with that specific demo that they would be interested in because they can afford to be interested in it. So we'll go and put Rolex. And then we want to find another thing, another aspect, another interest that we can align with that would be in line with what they are interested in. So for that, something else that could be luxury might be Balenciaga. Might not be exactly what everybody would think of, excuse me, but it is an expensive brand, something that only people who have money purchase it or should be purchasing. Um, and it's something that aligns with the monetary demographic that we're going after. So we go into Balenciaga. And we don't want to go after the employers, rather we want to go after the interests. So we click Balenciaga. What you want to do is build out a list that is rather extensive. So right now I only have 3, but ideally you would want to build up something up to about 10 interests and be able to test those out, assigning a $5 value to each one of them and seeing which one performs better. And from there, you start cutting the underperforming audiences and scaling or essentially increasing the budget of the successful audiences. The way that you want to set this up is I have it right now as all the interest in one ad set, but that's not the way that you want to go. You want to approach it because it doesn't allow you to understand which audience or which interest is actually successful for your campaign. So you would put them in individual ad sets, each ad set having its own interest, and then you would simply label that interest or that ad set as the interest. So in this case, let's say we were putting Balenciaga as the main interest. We would put Balenciaga here, and then we would duplicate it, and now we would take out Balenciaga and put personal luxury car, and so on and so forth. So you would have a list of 10 different interests, each one with its own assigned interest. Once you have all that and you've done your testing and whatnot, you'll be able to identify the specific interest that is working well for you. And from there, you can start creating different ads, variety of creatives, variety of copy. And then once you find the perfect one, that's when you start scaling further and further and further. So I hope that was useful. I wanted to give you a bit of an understanding of how you can target a very niche industry that might be difficult to go after. You can always try and go into furniture and simply put that as an interest. The only problem is there's a lot of people who might be interested in furniture, as you see 522 million people, and it can be a little bit difficult to understand which would be the best one that aligns with luxury furniture. Maybe you have luxury furniture doesn't align. So what you want to always go after is things that those individuals would be interested in as well. So I'll leave you with that. I want to ask you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll be posting 2 to 3 videos a week, giving individuals Facebook tutorials, teaching you how to run your campaigns, how to optimize, how to scale, and how to make your business as a whole much more successful. I'd also invite you to join my Facebook group. It's called E-commerce Scaling Secrets. In it, we essentially help each other grow your campaigns, improve your businesses, scale your revenue, and just as a whole make the experience of Facebook ads for business owners a lot less intimidating, as I know that for people who've never done this before, it can be a little scary when you see all these different steps, these different interests, numbers, conversion, reach, all these things that if you don't know much about it, it might be a little daunting. So I will talk to you guys soon, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care.